all I want to know is, what's the deal? Right? What's happening? Listen, there are times when stuff is happening behind the scenes and we don't know it. We have no idea. This could be a way of the Yankees trying to throw up a smoke screen themselves. Right? A way for the Yankees to say, hey, Jack, say this tonight so we could maybe get some leverage back. Something of that nature, because there's been a lot going on recently around Eugenio Suarez coming to the Yankees. There's been a ton about that. Mitch Keller, past few days, there's been a decent amount about that. A big trade proposal on the table for Suarez, Merrill Kelly, Jalen Beeks. That came from Yankees Spanish play-by-play guy, Ricky Ricardo. Here's what Jack Curry had to say. And basically, this is just negating everything that everybody has said within the past week or two. So here's what Jack had to say. There's so many teams still hovering around with the chance to get a wild card spot. Cashman was blunt about the Yankees' needs when he did a press conference recently. He talked about getting a third baseman, some bullpen help, some rotation help. There have been some reports out there that have been erroneous, some connecting the Yankees to players that they don't have any interest in. You talk about a guy like Suarez. I know the Yankees have not had conversations with the Diamondbacks. Going forward, we will see if that does occur, but we do know Cashman and his front office are working very hard, because when a GM sits out there and says, hey, these are the things I'm trying to do, they're going to try to do it tirelessly. We'll see what happens with the rest of this deadline. So like I said, there's been a lot going on lately, right? So the Yankees, I guess, according to Curry, there have been players in the rumor mill that the Yankees haven't shown really any interest in at all. And then he mentioned Suarez right after, and then said the Yankees have not had any talks with Arizona. So we need a third baseman. We need a third baseman who could hit. Just who could hit. Right? Peraza can't hit. Bibas can't really hit either. We need a guy who could hit. Suarez fits that bill, 36 home runs. That's pretty impressive. Imagine adding that to our lineup. Any team adding that to their lineup. He'll contribute in a very big way. So you're telling me that the Yankees haven't shown any interest? There have been reports going out. Someone from the Seattle Times mentioned that the Yankees are aggressively pursuing Suarez. So is that wrong? Ricky Ricardo, play-by-play guy, Spanish play-by-play guy from the Yankees, mentioned that there's a big trade proposal on the table involving Suarez, Jalen Beeks, and Merrill Kelly coming to the Yankees. Schlittler headlines that deal, and there's 4 other players, and I just feel like that was really descriptive for it to be fake. And also, too, why would Ricky lie? I'm not saying Jack Curry's lying. He's one of the best at his job. But he does get, intel from the Yankee organization, whether that being good or bad. And maybe he's trying to say, hey, Yankees are showing no interest. So then at the last second, the Yankees, in fact, are interested in Suarez. There really is something going on, but maybe the Yankees want the public to know that maybe nothing is going on, just so they could get the heat off them and they could do their jobs behind the scenes. I don't know. I just feel like all those people being wrong, that's a lot. If this is true, right? And I'm not saying Jack Curry's not telling the truth. Like I said, he's very great at his job. He's one of the best. If this is true and the Yankees have shown no interest in Suarez, if I had hair on my head, I'm going to freaking yank it out. Because who else is out there? You have Ryan McMahon, and somebody posted like a highlight reel of McMahon. Guess what? Most of his highlights, offensively anyway, are from freaking Colorado. He hits the heck out of the ball in Coors Field. Outside of Coors Field, he's not very good. So is that really the guy that you want at $15 million per year? Not me. I'm sorry. I don't think Ryan McMahon is the guy. A very good third baseman. He's a left-handed bat. But first off, I thought the Yankees were looking for a right-handed bat. Who's a right-handed bat? Eugenio Suarez. Maybe the package is just too steep, and the Yankees know that. Maybe Arizona truly does want Spencer Jones. because that was going around. Maybe as a little rumor, but it was going around. Ryan McMahon this season hitting .219 with the .721 OPS, 16 home runs, but the amount of home runs and his OPS at Coors Field is far better than whatever he's doing on the road this season. He has 11 home runs at home, 22 RBI with an .868 OPS at Coors Field. Away, basically the same amount of games. 5 home runs away, 13 RBI with a 189 batting average and a 589 OPS on the road. Is that really somebody that you want to add to this lineup? I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting behind that. I really am. I know he's a left-handed bat. I get you. But I'm just having a hard time getting behind the possibility, the idea of the Yankees acquiring Ryan McMahon. He's a very good third baseman, but offensively, outside of Coors Field, his numbers are not very good. They're just, it's right there in front of you. They're not very good. Now, Ke'Bryan Hayes, is that somebody that the Yankees are showing interest in? Is that somebody that the Yankee organization loves? Hayes this year, he's not having a good year offensively. Yes, it's better than what you have with Peraza and Bibas, but Ke'Bryan Hayes, he's getting paid $8 million per year, and he'll get that money for quite a few years. Hayes hitting .243 this year, 2 home runs, 589 OPS, a 64 OPS plus. This year's just been terrible for Hayes, terrible. And if you were to acquire him, you would get one of the best defensive third basemen in baseball, but offensively, it doesn't solve anything. And this Yankee lineup has no issue with scoring. I totally get that. But then why don't you have, if that's the case, I'm just saying, I know people are incredibly low on Peraza right now, but if that's the case, if you want a guy who can't hit, just keep Peraza there. It's a much cheaper option. Because we all know in the offseason, the Yankees use the excuse about their payroll. And yes, it's very high, but they use that as an excuse. So why would you want to acquire a guy like Ke'Bryan Hayes who's just going to inflate that payroll more? I wouldn't. If that's going to hinder the Yankees from making any moves, important ones that will improve the team this offseason, I don't want to make that trade. I don't. No disrespect to Hayes. I just don't think that makes sense. Now, could he be a change of scenery guy? I mean, maybe he'll thrive in New York. If we get him, I hope he does. Of course, I hope he does. But honestly, if we do get him, Pittsburgh better eat some money. I would be willing to give up a prospect if Pittsburgh ate half of Hayes' money. Because then all of a sudden, instead of $8 million per year, it's $4 million per year. That's a lot more digestible for an everyday third baseman. It's a lot more digestible. So I would take him on that, but they would probably want a prospect, a good one, if they had to take on some of Ke'Bryan Hayes' money. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I don't know, guys. I don't know how I feel about this. I trust Jack Curry. I really do. I trust him over anybody else. It's just, why would so many writers, quite a few of them, even Yankee Spanish play-by-play guy, why would they say one thing and then Curry says the complete opposite? So there's been the Yankees have shown no interest in Suarez. They haven't talked to Arizona about anything. It's kind of tough to believe. And I'm sure Cashman is working tirelessly, and maybe this is, a strategy play. It could be. It could very well be. But I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. Am I nuts once again? Am I crazy? Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.